we're counting down and chowing down on our top 10 best eats for Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2025.
Let's eat.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you're watching the Theme Park Foodies. We are back at Epcot for one of our favorite festivals, probably my second favorite festival, Festival of the Arts. This is Figment's signature festival, and our previous video was on opening day and some of the brand new eats, and this video is going to count down our top 10 best eats, new and returning. There are so many things I'm excited to try on this list, Sam.
Yes, and when I was looking it over, not too many of the new things made it onto the list.
Yeah.
There are a couple of returning things that were on our top 10 last year, and then some things from our last list did not make this list at all.
So we're also going to provide some notable mentions, because I do think there are some new things I want you guys to know that we did enjoy, but just didn't quite make our top 10. I think we also haven't eaten a lot of these things from last year, so we might be preferential to some of the older stuff. This is obviously our list, so it's based off of things that we particularly enjoy. We hope it helps you either plan your day here at Festival of the Arts or brings a little bit of Festival of the Arts to you. We'll also be trying some things that we haven't had previously that we'll be providing as notable mentions. And of course, eating just a lot of food. 10 things here at Festival of the Arts. I think there's 12 overall with all of our notable mentions.
Yes, and you also like to put 2 in 1 sometimes, do a little
So
pop out.
Yeah, so we're excited to eat. Are you ready to go, Sam?
I'm ready.
All right, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Join us while we count down our top 10 best eats at Epcot's Festival of the Arts 2025. Before we get to our official top 10, I wanted to give a notable mention to Opening Bites. This is over near Communicore Hall, Communicore Plaza, where you can meet Mickey and friends. They had a soft shell crab here that I really liked, but I just didn't feel quite made the list. If you want to see our full review on that, check out our opening day video, which we will link below and at the end of this video. All right, so rounding out the top 10 brings us over to Canada. So if you head to World Showcase, you'll just bear right if you're heading into the front of Epcot, and you obviously see the Canada Pavilion and Gourmet Landscapes. This is a returning item. I believe it's been here since the festival started. It's the risotto. It's actually vegan, and they have this delicious sharp vegan cheese. Risotto, I feel like, is usually almost perfectly cooked. Just a great classic festival item. Usually it's a bit colder around this time of year too, so it's great to have something like this when it's a little chilly out. So some good mushrooms in here. We get this every year, Sam. We look forward to this. Sharp, cheesy flavor. Risotto like melts in your mouth. There used to be, I feel like, a bigger portion size. It's still really good though. I'd actually give this an 8. It might deserve to be higher on the list. And I'm starting to realize, like, even though I don't think food for Festival of the Arts, there are a lot of great foods here, and I'm excited to really eat a lot more of them and dig into them. All right, so number 9 takes us to this little nook that's right past the Creations gift shop, right next to the now under construction test track. It's called Deconstructed Dish. There's multiple deconstructed dishes here. This one is synonymous with this booth and this festival. It is the Deconstructed BLT. That egg jiggles a lot. What's exactly on this, Sam?
Okay, so we have some pork belly, we have a soft poached egg, onion bread pudding, and a tomato jam. The pork belly is always so good.
So you have to construct this now yourself with that gooey egg.
I like the theme here. And they also have the key lime pie, which is very Instagrammable.
The key lime pie is actually on that wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. And what I enjoy about this is it's inviting you to play with your food. You know, become a kid again. That's like the nature of Disney.
It's impressive to me that they're mass producing perfectly soft poached eggs. You gotta give them credit for that. Pork belly is so good.
I always feel like the pork belly is so crispy and has so much juice inside of it. So moist.
Nice crispy top.
You want to hear that?
This piece is a little bit chewy. I've had pieces before where they're just kind of like melt in your mouth. This one is a little bit on the chewy side. The egg is perfectly poached. A lot of texture going on. I think the onion bread pudding is really good. They all go together very nicely. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, this had to be in the top 10. It's like synonymous.
Festival, I always come back for this.
All right, since we're at Deconstructed Dish and we're only really doing foods on this crawl, we wanted to give a notable drink mention here. Now, you can get this alcoholic or non-alcoholic. This is the Deconstructed Strawberry Mint Julep. You can see that I have a little squeezer on there. Sam, what's exactly deconstructed here?
So the base is frozen mint and simple syrup, and then this is a strawberry puree that I'm gonna just...
It looks like you made a little symbol.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know really. I don't know what's like the proper protocol for this. I like the cup.
Yeah, it's cool. You get like a little souvenir cup.
Here, I get to play with it. What more could you want? It's super refreshing. It's not very slushy. I did notice that they were having some technical difficulties with the machine, the frozen machine where they get the frozen mint from. So it is not very slushy consistency. It does taste very good though. Nice mint and strawberry flavor. I'd give it a 7.
Nice. Yeah, we got to put a drink somewhere on this list. All right, so number 8 takes us back to World Showcase. We are in the Mexico section of World Showcase. So if you're heading in from the front, you'll just bear left once you get to World Showcase. You'll see the big pyramid, but it's before the pyramid. It is El Artista Hambriento. This is the carne asada, ancho marinated beef sirloin with pasilla chile sauce, grilled queso fresco, napoles, salad, and chicharron dust. I think I said that right. I'm trying, guys.
I'll give you a C+.
All right. I got my utensils. I have my garbage can, my Epcot garbage can, because it is crazy packed in here. We waited, 20 minutes for this, Sam?
I think this one was at like 25.
Yeah. Long waits today, but it's worth it. The carne asada has been a favorite of many an Epcot fan previously, so I feel like it had to go on this list for fans of this festival. It's usually pretty good. I'm gonna try to get everything on this bite here. A little sauce, a little bit of this peppers, looks like, or beans. I know people love this, which is why I put it on the list. For me, the issue has always been like the steak is just a little chewy. It's still pretty good steak though. Cooked about medium, if you look at the way it's cooked. I do like this right here, and then like the beans. I think these are like green beans over here. They had a nice little earthy flavor to everything. Great textures, good savory flavor. I would give that a 7. I honestly think, at this point we've already had the risotto. I think I might slip the risotto into this spot, but this is still very good. Definitely deserving to be in the top 10. All right, so I have to admit, number 7 is a bit of a cop-out. We were going to put the caprese poutine on here that we had on opening day. However, the line for refreshment port, we were on it for a half hour. It barely moved, which can be found over in the Canada area. So if you want to see our full review on that, check out our opening day video. We haven't had the escargot and chocolat though. Chocolat though. This is over in France. What's the name of this booth, Sam?
L'Arte de la Cuisine Française.
I think that was pretty good. I could never have said that.
I don't know if it's a compliment of you saying that it's good, though. No offense.
This is true. So we haven't had this, but we've heard amazing things about this. So we're going to slip this in for a number 7. It's like kind of a 7, kind of a notable mention. What's exactly on this and in this, Sam?
So this is chocolate mousse flourless cake, a citrus coulis, almond chocolate coating, and a dark chocolate decoration. You are always trying to get me to eat escargot. The day has finally come.
Well, this isn't real escargot, everyone. This is just escargot is snails, and it looks like a snail. It's not really
the escargot I'm eating. So it looks really good. It looks like a Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I thought it would be. Oh my gosh, look at it! It just creamed right out.
Oh damn! It does have a little citrus flair. Also, the France line looked so long, and it moved so fast.
They're efficient.
That's good. Mousse is nice and creamy. It has just like a hint of citrus from that citrus coulis. It has some texture. The shell is a little bit crunchy. I'm gonna eat this whole thing, so if you want some, Jay, you better put the camera down.
Well, I need you to number it before I get the camera down.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, that's. I'm happy it was on the top 10 because it turned out being really good. All right, so we didn't have to go far for 6. It's still at the France, same France booth, had a number 6. How convenient was that for us? This is the Creme de Brie and Petite Pain. So it's warm, creamy brie in a house-made bread bowl. I mean, look at it. Look at how cheesy it is. That baby is crying because he's not having any. Let's try this out.
It's just like Panera.
The brie has this great creaminess, but it's also incredibly sharp, too. They give you what the innards are here, right here. I gotta save you a bit of this, but France is a country and a cuisine that's known for its cheeses, and that is an epic cheese. That's why it's on our list. Man, and I almost wish it was in the top 5, but you're gonna see the top 5 is really good too. I'm really happy we do these top 10s because I'm so excited we get to eat all these things again. And the bread too tastes like fresh, delicious, soft on the inside, good crust on there. France is known for its bread, it's known for its cheese. That's why this had to be number 6, and I'm gonna give it a 8. Incredibly good, probably only better if I was in the real France. All right, so rounding out our top 5 is the signature booth here at Festival of the Arts. It can be found right before you get to Canada. It's kind of in this little narrow corridor across from Swirled Showcase. It's called Pop Eats, and at the very top of the sign for Pop Eats, you can see little paint cans. It's representative of, obviously, some more art, and this is quite an artistic dish. It's a grilled cheese. This is a pimento grilled cheese with a fried green tomato on it.
And bacon.
And bacon.
It's funny because this year they don't even have a dessert at this booth. They just have the grilled cheeses, and the line is crazy. This was a 30-minute wait. I feel like this thing has like groupies, this grilled cheese.
Well, it's a little colder for this festival, so it's almost the perfect thing to have in the cold weather. Hot tomato soup, hot grilled cheese. It is kind of like a 70-degree day today, though, so it's pretty nice out now.
Warm up. Let's watch it.
Let's let them hear.
This is my grilled cheese ASMR. I hope you like it. So the regular grilled cheese just has, I think, white and yellow cheddar on it, but this has pimento cheese, nice and toasty and buttery. Looks like it's just standard white bread. Nice amount of filling.
You see that grilled tomato or that fried tomato pull right off, the crunch.
Tiny bit of spice in it. It's so good though. And the bacon, it's not like strips or big chunks. It's like these little tiny pieces, so it doesn't overpower the whole sandwich. The pimento cheese really shines. And you get a little bit of crunch and sweetness from the fried green tomato. The bread is really good. I'm gonna give it a 9.
So do you think this should have been higher in the list? It had to be in at least the top 5. It's like the signature dish here.
I don't know. It doesn't. We like all the things. 1 through 10. They're all good. It doesn't really matter where they land.
I think it matters to me.
It's all fun.
All right, number 4 takes us straight down the center of World Showcase, the farthest you can go, America. It looms in the distance off in the lagoon, and here's where you could find artists' table and one of our favorite desserts of this festival, the Hummingbird Cake. What's on this and in this, Sam?
This is banana and pecan cake dipped in cream cheese icing with caramel sauce and warm pineapple compote. It's also the only thing that we like at this booth, this festival. The savory food was not it.
Not in our opinion, at least. They've moved a lot of what used to be good here to other look, so I think that's what happened. Well, look at how dense this boy is. He's a thick gentleman. All right, cut this right there. Now there's your pineapple. I want to get a little bit of this on here. Oh, I didn't get any of that. There we go. A little of that.
It always kind of reminds me of like a banana cake kind of consistency.
It's so dense. It is a little dry this iteration. I remember last year it not being dry at all, but you get the moisture from the fact that it's just surrounded in icing. I'm a huge fan too of candied pecans. It's soft, it's creamy, it's sweet, it's everything that you want in a cake. Just a little dry for the cake on this iteration. I'm still going 8. It's really good. One of my favorite things of this festival. It's almost my favorite dessert at this festival. You'll see why it isn't. But definitely deserving to be in the top 5. I look forward to having it every single year. All right, so if you're at the America Pavilion, you can actually take a gingerly stroll over to the Japan Pavilion to find the Goshiki booth. This is something that we enjoy getting every single year. This year, it's a little bit different. This is a Wagyu steamed bun. What's different about it this year, Sam?
So this year it has a Japanese karashi mustard sauce and a violet shiso sauce. So there's going to be a little bit of spice.
I think those are the 2 sauces right here on the side. So I always find this to have a lot of moisture in the center of it. The bun has a great amount of texture and flavor.
It always feels like a hug to me, this bun. I don't know why. It's so soft and fluffy and comforting.
This is Epcot's coldest festival, so it's always nice to have these warm, savory dishes.
None of the sauces on the inside, it's only just this?
I think it's just those two sauces.
It's so good. It's so just soft and fluffy and warm. I'm gonna see if I can handle these sauce.
A little spice on that?
I like it. Look at the spicy mustard, it's good.
This is our number 3, right?
We're getting to the top. This definitely deserves to be in the top 3. I'm gonna give it a 9.
The meat just like melts in your mouth. It's always like so juicy.
I like the chicken teriyaki one a little bit better because it just has like the sweetness to it. But this one is still really good. And I do like the addition of the sauce. The sauce is good.
All right, so number 2, we head from Japan all the way back to the front of Epcot, or near the front of Epcot. This is right next to the Imagination Pavilion. It's Craftsman's Courtyard, and it's the Beef Wellington. This year, it's at Craftsman's Courtyard. Last year, it was over at the America Pavilion, and they actually changed it up. It's a Beef Wellington croissant, where in previous years, this was actually just a complete Beef Wellington. That's why this isn't our number 1, actually. I think the Beef Wellington previously, Sam, was our number 1 last year, right?
It was.
So it fell 1 point for not being a true Wellington. Portion size is bigger, though, since it has a croissant. Last time we got a lot more meat on this. I'm still not complaining. See the mustard seed, the gravy, the mushrooms on here. And the croissant is just buttery and delicious. I'm drooling talking about this. Let me eat it. Tender filet mignon, buttery croissant, great mustard seed on there. That's a nice little bite to it. Oh, it's not filet mignon? It's tender, though, if it's skirt. You're right. It's not as, yeah, more of a skirt steak. Still good. I wish it was filet. It's delicious. It's still one of the best things, but I have to negate points for it not being a true Wellington this year. Flavor's there, though, so I'm going to go 8. Very good. Deserving to be number 2 in our top 10. So our friends Scott and Kate from Dish Upon a Bar had suggested these mussels to us that are also at Craftsman's Courtyard. I wanted to bring them up before we got to our number 1 item. The sheer amount of mussels they have put in here is, I feel like it's controversial. Like, it's just so many mussels. And they also put a nice sauce on top. There's some bread here. You can actually put your little sauce of mussel on the bread. Let's try it out.
I didn't know mussels could be controversial, Jason. You're always teaching me something new.
But the thing is like, yeah, like these things are a little pricey, but I feel like for the portion size at this booth, Craftsman's Courtyard, is great. And it's becoming, I think, one of our favorite booths because of the things they have here. And because of the portion sizes, the mussels taste delicious. You can actually see them grilling the meat and the mussels fresh right in front of you. I love the little tomato sauce they have on here. I love the amount of mussels that they give you. I think this could have changed up our top 10 based off of some of our experiences here today. And you get a little bread. I'm gonna go 9 with this because of the portion size, because of the flavor of the mussels. Love a little fire. Fire adds great texture, great flavor to things. So go to Craftsman's Courtyard if you're here. I highly recommend it. All right, so from Craftsman's Courtyard, we have to head all the way back deep into World Showcase. Head over to the Germany Pavilion to find our number 1 items. These are our number 1s. We picked 2 because I couldn't pick which one was going to be number 1. And we both thought they were both so good that they each deserve to be 1. So this is the red wine braised beef short rib, and this is the Black Forest cake. The Germany booth, almost every festival has some of our favorite items. If you've watched our top 10s before, you'll know that they have been number 1 previously for previous festivals, and it is no different for this one. Sam will try the Black Forest cake. I will try the short rib.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. A lot of lines today.
I can't believe how busy it's been today. I thought opening day was bad, but that made opening day look like nothing.
It felt like Christmas in here. It was crazy.
Yeah. This used to be a good time to go to Disney, but not anymore. And I can smell that red wine off of that beef. It is strong. Oh.
I do want to bring up, if we're talking about the braised beef, it is much smaller than last year and doesn't look as appetizing, although this looks just like last year.
Oh, so good. Morello cherries, a chantilly cream, chocolate mousse.
That red dye in those cherries is going to be illegal soon.
It's just as good. This always consistently tastes the same, which is a good thing. The chantilly cream is just like nice and light and fluffy. A little bit of cocoa powder sprinkled on top. I love chocolate and cherry together.
How's the cake itself? Is it moist?
Well, it's mousse. It's good. It's nice and moussey.
Yeah, mousse is always one of my favorite textures and flavors because you have the mousse, like the chocolate mousse, because you have that dark bitterness with the creaminess.
The tartness from the cherry, the chocolate. I'm gonna give it. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 10.
It's the best to us. This is the best dessert of the festival. We are chocolate lovers, though.
And everything is based off of our preference, our palate. You might like something else. If you don't like chocolate, this isn't gonna be your number one. But this is our number one.
All right, so I already broke this one up a bit. This is the red wine braised beef short rib. Pastoral palate. It's got parsnip puree, broccolini, baby tomatoes, and a balsamic glaze. You can see that they use that balsamic glaze to create a nice artistic presentation here. I love the puree they have in here. It's all my favorite textures and flavors. I'm a meat and potatoes type of guy, so I do love a little puree. Let's try it out.
For a mass-produced short rib, they do it well.
This one's a little drier than in previous iterations, but sometimes it's based on the time of the day, who's making it. They also sit in there for a while. I mean, you get this when it's prime, when it's juicy. It's really good. The puree is very creamy. Balsamic glaze brings everything together with that kind of vinegary flavor to it. Bitterness from the broccolini. And it's just very tender. If you just watch it, it just peels and breaks apart so easy, which is exactly what you want from a dish like this. This one is 8, but they've had iterations where I would go 9 with it, but it's because of the dryness, I think. And you guys got to remember too, a lot of people they'll go online and they'll be very negative about these booths. They'll say last year was better, this time it was better. You have to remember that the majority of people making these things are college program kids. They have chefs that curate the dishes, but they're mass-produced dishes that are created by college program Disney employees that a lot of times haven't worked in food service before. So you have to be forgiving based off of what you're getting and rate it on a scale that's justifiable based off the fact that it truly is fast food. That being said, I really like both these dishes. I'm gonna agree with your 10 on the Black Forest cake. It's perfect every year. I'm gonna go 8 with the short rib. I think in hindsight, we probably could have pushed the short rib to 2, but I'm happy we were able to fit all these things on this list because we got to eat our favorite things today, Sam. All right, so that's it for our Festival of the Arts Top 10 Feast. I think 1 was 1, I think 10 was 10. I think everything we had was good. I remember saying in the opening day video that I thought the returning items were a bit better than the new ones, and I think that this list kind of reflects that a bit, since the majority of the items were returning items. We did give us some notable mentions to some new ones, and we had a new one that was supposed to be on the list, but just didn't quite make it because of that line.
That poutine line is always slow, no matter what. They can't mass produce those quickly for whatever reason.
They're great to get though, so if you see the lines short or if you just really like poutine, we recommend trying them out. Sam, was there anything on this list that surprised you that you thought maybe should have been higher on the list?
The grilled cheese was extra good today.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was because it was a little chill in the air that helped.
For me, it was the risotto.
Yes, the risotto was very flavorful today. Very sharp cheese on it.
Yeah.
And then there were some things that didn't make the list that are very popular that we do like. We do like the General Tso's shumai.
Yes.
It's on a cucumber. It's very tender, has a good crunch. Also the empanada over at Vibrante and Vivito. Another thing we like, it just, there's only 10 spots. Well, technically more than 10 since we did a 2-for-1, but there's only so much that we can eat and only so much that can go on this list. So we kind of just went with what our personal preferences are, but that doesn't mean that there are not other things that are great.
I'm happy our friends Scott and Kate told us about the mussels too. I wouldn't have tried them if they weren't here and suggested it to us. Those are really good. Definitely deserve it to be somewhere on the list. The thing about these lists that we do, they are subjective. So we hope that we helped you guys condense these very large amount of menus and booths down for you if you're planning a trip here. And we hope that we're able to bring a little bit of Festival of the Arts to you with our experience. There are still some things that we want to try, actually, like the freeze-dried cake popcorn when it swirls on the water.
They also have a Dole Whip flight that comes with different candy and stuff. Swirl Showcase line was woo!
Yeah, it swirls on the water as it's Disney Springs. But yeah, the lines here were nuts. It was the busiest I've seen it outside of Christmas. January is definitely not a dead time here anymore. Don't expect that. And you got to pick and choose what you're going to eat.
Definitely during the week, though, the lines are a little bit better. We came to film a dining review during the week, and it was cold and rainy, but the lines were non-existent.
Yeah, so weekends, we film this on a Saturday.
Especially
so
a sunny weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be busy.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm, helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notifications so that way you're notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
So make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. We had a great time, but you have to come in with like tapered expectations, understanding that these booths are fast food, basically, you know.
Yeah, and also another thing is like a lot of times they're making them quick in advance, and then some of the times they're sitting, you know, under a lamp for a little bit. That's always gonna, you know, affect the dishes.
That's why we try these things out when we count them down, because Disney food can be inconsistent. Food anywhere can be inconsistent, but especially here. You know, each year they have a new group of cast members that are making these dishes, and they all have to learn how to make them in their own way. And sometimes you'll have some seasoned vets on there. Sometimes you have the chefs back there making them exactly how they're supposed to be. So, and some things you may just not like.
And I mean, sometimes it's inconsistent, like minute by minute. Like it's not even just year from year. Like it's just whoever's back there, whatever's going on.
We're generally positive because we just generally like being in the parks. We feel so privileged to be here. And people you see scrolling up on the screen, those are our members. If you have any interest in a membership, we do have tiers as low as $1.99 a month with differing perks like early access to videos and credits credentials like you're seeing right now. I want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity for helping us fund this channel. If you have any interest in a membership, check out the join button below. You can see all the different tiers and perks that we have. But even if you're not a member, if someone just views, likes, comments, subscribes, or engages with this video in any way, we appreciate you and we want to thank you, because without you, we wouldn't be able to make these videos. And we feel really, like I said, privileged to be able to be here and to make them and film in these parks. As always,
keep it going for Frank.